Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO City Undercover. So we've got two levels here in particular, to the last two levels to do. Then I need to fast travel over here to get the last gold red brick and the vehicle in this crosstown tunnel. And then we will be mostly just left with running around the city doing the open world stuff. I want to get the last red brick as the next thing because my suspicion is that all the gold, once I have all the red bricks, it might unlock the Lady Liberty Island and we might get an actual notification that Lady Liberty Island has been unlocked. It might also be that we don't even need to have all the red bricks and that there's some other factor that unlocks Lady Liberty Island. Otherwise, I guess we just are going to work towards 100%. Alright, so we've got something here, here, up here, up here, up here, up here, and here. What are we looking for specifically? A vehicle, a minifig, and the fourth of
I hope all the security means Natalia's nearby.
Right. So there's a vehicle unlocked. So I imagine what that means is that we're gonna have to do something more detailed. Let's see. Break this. That's one of three. So then that makes me
like
believe that
Frank
there's
to do his wiring.
Now, there is an achievement
That's
for
just weird. What's weirder is I really want to play on that slide.
So there's an achievement for doing like all of the things at a playground, and this would be, I guess, the one thing that would make the most sense. Like there's probably a couple of playgrounds in the open world, but while we're here, we'll just do everything. What's funny is very often they do have you build a merry-go-round. What is this called? I don't even know the name of it. But what they do is they give you a solid green piece and a yellow barrier piece, and that is it. So I've never seen, out of 3 or 4 sets, where one of those spin around in circles toys that are incredibly dangerous, for the fact that you can get your foot stuck under it, get thrown off of it, get hit in the face with it. Like, I've never seen anything designed that well in an actual LEGO set. I think in part that's probably because when they do give a set like that, it's usually an extra in a smaller, cheaper set.
Smashing it's good too, though.
There you go. I guess we smash the slide. Alright. So we are looking for one more brick, I think, which I suspect is over there. Alright, now that we have attract studs, we can get over here and get that purple one that was giving me some frustration the first time I played this level. Like, all the edges here are electrified, specifically to, I guess, make it impossible.
Silver statue and a giant letter B. Subtle and classy, Blackwell.
Yeah, so seems like nothing can be done until we blow some things up. Go ahead and plant this and water these plants. I imagine that's nothing. That's not something that's being highlighted as something that needs to be done anymore. Okay, I have a key now. Get rid of some of these people. Get them out of our way. Now, if I recall correctly, this level is kind of long, so anything I can do to get rid of it and speed up the playthrough here should be done. I don't think this takes us into the next area. He's kind of got a weird house because you go in the front door and it seemingly can't reach anywhere else. Here, let's go ahead and get rid of these two. It's still very weird how they've designed this to not really follow the rules of a standard LEGO game. Like, it would be a lot more logical that the silver pieces could always be blown up with the same TNT, and they would always have a barrel in front of them to blow them up. What's also weird is that you need a barrel in front of you to put the TNT, because even in LEGO Star Wars, like the first LEGO game in the series, you were totally capable of like throwing a thermal detonator bomb to blow up any silver pieces. That there was never a lacking in of programming there. So why did this game in particular regress to something, to a different system that's unnecessary? I guess perhaps the idea was that in this game they didn't want to give an infinite amount of TNT, so they had to make the TNT feel more limited. I guess that's about the only thing that would make sense to me. Take a moment to scan. We hit that. We may have missed something over there. And then we've got all kinds of things everywhere. I think we're gonna have to make sure we hit all the torches. Still running into micro stuttering. Still just kind of grinding here. I suppose if I wasn't just trying to be a video game critic here, and if I was just playing the game, I could I can say, well, this is a nice relaxing game on the second playthrough because you really just go through it. I don't know if it really breaks down that way though. Alright. So then the last thing, and this might put us in a good position, is I think if I just put out the torches. Let's see. I need to find 2 that I've missed somewhere. Yeah, I think if I put out the torches, that's the thing I need to do. And up there, that doesn't look like where we need to be. So let's come back down this way, and here's a torch. So there's probably another torch somewhere where I'm missing it. Is it down here? Yes, it is. Okay, so that's everything then. Let's see how this breaks down now. If I jump on this and jump over there, that's not gonna get me enough height. Come on, let me out. So let's see this all the way through to the next section just to be certain. But I think we could probably just save and exit right now. If I particularly knew where the save and exit button was. Let's see. Okay. So we need to go back down this way. And then this will take us to the next section, and in here we got a clue to scan. And here's that emerald that played no role in the story at all. You just stole it for Forrest Blackwell. Which, I don't know, maybe there's more things in this area that I also stole for Forrest Blackwell, and I'm just not recognizing that. Like, or perhaps this was an idea where they were going to have us enter into Forrest Blackwell's after playing a lot more levels and recognize that there's a bunch of items that we had stolen for him. Get rid of these guys. I swear we already did this.
Chase, I'm outside Blackwell Tower.
I had
Looks like
forgotten
most of
she
LEGO
was even
City's
there.
here too.
Woohoo! Party! Put your top back on, honey. You're still on duty.
Listen, I still haven't managed to get through to Natalia.
That's because Blackwell has her. Natalia's dad's a scientist who was refusing to help Blackwell build some kind of shield thing, so Blackwell used Natalia as leverage. Long story short, your dog probably didn't get walked today.
Wow. Okay, well, the conference won't be starting for a while. They put up this giant electronic countdown.
Well, that's not ominous. Once I find something, I'll call you. Nothing happened. Maybe there's another switch. And that's why I'm not allowed in libraries anymore.
So, yeah, I forgot all about Ellie as a character. in this game. She really didn't play a good role. Like, what they should have done is had the two characters of Ellie and Kathleen, the main female love interest, merge those two together. That'd be interesting too. I guess maybe there would be some way that if somebody was in protective custody, you could have them work at a police station. If you send them, I guess it might be a little dangerous too, but then again, I guess police employees also have to be qualified, and it just runs into the same issue of how did someone who was a reporter in the DS pre-sequel get turned into a EMS it's like you would have to, the only way this would make logical sense is if she had the qualifications, the education to be an EMS the whole time she was being a reporter, and chose to be a reporter, which is kind of crazy. But then you also run into a problem if you had gotten rid of Ellie as a character, then you would be down to one main female character in the entire game, which is a problem. The game already has that problem, but it kind of doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many characters you have in your game when you give them barely 5 lines of dialogue, and they're just unimportant stand-ins. Alright, so there's one vehicle on the moon base. Hopefully this means we can get this relatively quickly, and we don't have to go all the way through the final boss fight and all of that, because that would certainly add a lot of time. This is the last special assignment, so it's
That's weird.
pretty much
I
all
don't
just
feel any
open
lighter. I bet it's because of those cookies I ate in the rocket.
open world stuff we're gonna do going forward, and we'll have to see how quickly it takes to get all of that done. Alright, my best indication is that there's nothing here. So there's a thing over here. So let's, I'm not sure if I like, all this would do would be powering up the color gun, and powering up the color gun just comes over here and changes that. And we already opened this, but we can open again just to be certain. I think it would have been a lot more logical if instead of having a farmer that glides on a chicken, you would just have Chase unlock an ability to glide on a paraglider, or have a character that is a paraglider gliding on a paraglide, a parasol, whatever it's called. Just straight up toss that guy. This was the point where we first realized that unlimited dynamite sheet does not work. So, making it incredibly useless. I imagine in the open world scenarios that we'll find some use for it. Up we go. Is there anything to scan? I can't really imagine, actually, come to think of it, like anybody that would go through either a nursing program or a doctor program and spend all the energy and frustration that comes along with doing that, and then decide after passing all the tests and actually being qualified that they would want to be a journalist. Honestly, I can't imagine too many people would want to be a journalist in the first place, as it's more and more dying industry. Seems like we're gonna have to go to the next area. And then of course you have room in that story if the idea is that she had to be on witness protection and not be on TV anymore. Okay, that makes sense. You have room in that story though to go much more comedic, instead of giving her a job she basically, that they imply she loves, even if she refuses to admit it, and instead give her some burger flipping, like, awful job, telemarketer job, something that she's miserable doing. That way she would have more of a reason to be angry at Chase. Or at least there'd be something comedic there to do. So much for that. I wish that these guns were interchangeable. That would be nice. It's a lot of work you have to do here. This is definitely not a level you can just kind of breeze through. Alright, before we assemble this vehicle, let's just do a 360 scan. It's so slow. I kind of hear a radio signal, but I imagine it's from the box in front of me, the Astro Crate. It puts you in the exact wrong direction. Forward we go. Why we needed the vehicle, I don't know. And see, this is gonna be a big boss fight. So if the thing is not in this area, which I'm hoping that's it, then we'd have to fight Rex on the T-Rex as Rex, which there's no achievement for that, as far as I can tell. And then there's a whole thing after this. There's a whole saving the day final skydive mission, which means there's 3 skydive missions. Yeah, I don't think it's worth going through the rest of this. Let's just save and return to LEGO City. I could have gotten that vehicle earlier. Definitely could have gotten that earlier. Alright. Why are my stud multipliers not enabled? It is enabled. Well, then why does it not say a multiplier at the bottom of the top left? Alright. Loop to loop. That's interesting. I was not expecting to see something like that. So now my score multiplier is there, but it didn't seem like it dropped any studs. In fact, it doesn't feel like that's dropping any studs at all. Has the game just decided I have enough studs, so no more studs? 696909. Yeah, that doesn't really feel like a maximum number of anything. It's all kinds of open world things that we are in the open world now, so doing this stuff makes sense. This really isn't the island I want to start on, and I'm not going to make a special effort to get everything here, but alright, there's some studs, and it did let me go up higher. So what was happening before is you would get studs every time you built something, a super build. Now it seems like that's not the case. Seems like that level of flying would have been easier without the loop-de-loop in the way. We unlock a new character. And then we have to hover to get this pig. It makes so much sense, darn it, that it'd be nice if you had infinite rocket right now, kind of like the game Grow Home and Grow Up, its sequel. It would make so much sense right now to have like an infinite rocket launcher, and then the gliding ability to be a evolution, so you get gliding early in the game or halfway through the game, and then you get rocket launching near the end of the game, or Maybe you start with gliding. Like, you really could have had gliding in the first level. Apparently there's a vehicle token I missed. So one of the things we need to test, yeah, the vehicle token is up there, is if I instant call a taxi, which do I even have a taxi of the things I can call in. I don't think taxi would be under emergency. There's really nothing stopping me from buying more things, but we'll deal with that later. Worker cars. Again, no taxi there. So it must be under compact cars. Heavy cars? Feel like I've looked at everything except for bikes. I seriously doubt bikes would be. So I don't have the token for taxi. So let's just call it any car. Yeah, that pretty much just locked into a cutscene. Alright. There's a free run race over there. There's several other things. There's a pig over here. But that's not even where I want to go right now. So let's see. I don't think there's a helicopter pad in an easy place, but maybe there is. Let's see. How many things are left on this island actually? There's an alien to catch, there's a plant, there's a cat, there's another coffee break, there's a thing to plant, there's 4 super brick things, which doesn't make sense. There's a free run race, there's 2 car races. Have to be kind of careful on that. We're gonna be in this weird position too, where I really don't want to have to summon a car, because then it goes into a menu and takes too long. But running from point A to point B also takes a decent amount of time. So anytime we have a scenario like this where something goes wrong and you fall down and miss the part you're supposed to land on, it's gonna be a frustrating redoing of things. I guess the idea here is that the brown pipes are super slippery and thus you can't walk on them. So you have to land here to slide to the blue part. When you're on the blue part, you're then safe. Then you have to glide over here and land on the gray square, and then hopefully use from the gray square, just follow my shadow to get from that point to the blue spot. Alright, now we can just have the pig send us to a different direction, wherever the pig cannon is. Just nowhere, in the middle of nothing. Far enough away that it was despawned. I'm floating in the air because of where they placed the cannon. For that one launch, since this is the furthest pig thing of the entire map, undoubtedly, because let's see, let's just show on the map. We are here. We just shot that pig all the way over here. Like, for that one thing, there should have been, I think, a cutscene, an indication, just some kind of recognition that, yeah, you shot the pig really, really far. We've got another super build over here. Right. So if this doesn't give me studs, I'd be really surprised because all the other column points have. I guess I do need to build all the super brick places, in particular, because if I don't build them, then I won't unlock the vehicles. If I don't unlock the vehicles, I won't have the taxi. If I don't have the taxi, I can't do 10 loops with a taxi with a person in it. And so it's a system that I think feeds in on itself. Or at least we're trying to make it feed in on itself so it's more efficient. That's an interesting building. I'm not sure anybody would really want to pay as much as it probably would cost to get a set like that, though. You'd really... This is a great example of a Lego build that in a virtual reality sense makes sense, but in the real world, if this would be like a $60 to $100 set of just showing a satellite dish, and I don't think people would be willing to buy that, or most people. And the people willing to spend that much would probably be very capable of building their own from scratch. Or is this gonna teleport me? I've unlocked classic alien. Where are we? I was not expecting to teleport myself inside some kind of building. That's for sure. Seems like we're still on the same island. Is this some kind of middle area? You hear a lot of these ding 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 sounds in the background that I guess are supposed to be announcements, but they kind of sound like ice cream trucks. They're annoying because you don't hear any lines of dialogue after it. Nothing to really confirm what's going on. I'm still not sure what we're doing. Feels like we might be opening a major area or path. This feels like one of those these extra bonus sections that were in other LEGO games. Is there a timer on this? Or can we just carefully walk to every yellow spot and activate it? Seems like there's no timer. Well, that's pretty nice and easy for kids. I don't believe that was supposed to happen that way. I'm just gonna venture a guess that the idea there was for there either to not be a vehicle there, or the vehicle was supposed to just appear and it was already there for some reason. There's a moon bounce, which that kind of makes sense. It's better to do this way. Giant spinning roulette wheel. Seems like we're probably only going to get about 10 billion studs, if I was to guess. It really feels out of place to have all this on what would be a highly secure style area. Doesn't look like I control anything there, so this is what just throwing. Which button am I hitting? A? No, it's B. Buttons are in the wrong place. Feels like it's sped up a little bit there. Yeah, I can see how that would be too difficult to have that in the main game. There is a little bit of genius in LEGO games, and the idea that if they don't want to just automate the animations like what I just saw there, and they want to actually make you play, but then they through playtesting find out that it's too difficult for some younger kids to actually beat those little mini games. Well, then you can just hide it in the open world, and most little kids probably wouldn't care. Now, in this case, it feels like you'd only have to add one line of code to have it where you only have to throw one ball through the hoop, or quite simply, you could just have the middle location be the one that you interact with instead of making you do this 3 times. So I have like one more miss. Yep. And it's not like you really would need these studs. Come on. There you go, finally got it. I just want to hit these as fast as possible. But then if I try to do that, I'm higher chance of missing. I don't think LEGO makes a basketball piece that looks that good. They have like soccer balls and volleyballs, and they're all the same kind of ball piece that are often used in great ball contraptions, which are amazing things that get shown off at during LEGO conventions. But I don't think I've seen a basketball. And if I have, it almost certainly hasn't looked as good as what is being depicted visually in the game, and I guess that's fine. And kind of desirable that there would be a slight improvement in the graphics compared to the real world pieces. I don't know if it really is desirable though, come to think of it, because you're playing this game from the perspective of being nostalgic for LEGO stuff. If you don't have any nostalgia for LEGO, then, or if you have some kind of issue with LEGO's current quality and you want better quality LEGO pieces in the digital form, I really think you'd be barking up the wrong tree. I don't know why you would want to play a LEGO game if you don't think LEGO's quality of their pieces is at least acceptable enough to play an offshoot video game of it. Vehicles all over the place. Maybe I've been seeing some of these vehicles. I thought maybe they were going to be see. Well, this is already open, so did I already catch the alien? Or did the alien run away?
I am so late.
I feel like an alien or a criminal did run away once. I don't think it was an alien though, and I don't think it was here in particular. Alright. Can we reach where we want to go? Let's go up here and see what this... There must have been something over here. It's odd, there's like 4 different types of plants that you have to, that you see in this game from watering plants. It makes the farmer's ability oddly overemphasized. There's only like one type of door to crowbar open. There's only one type of door to axe open. And those doors look pretty similar to each other, even though different characters unlock them. It's a whole bunch of stuff at the top here. I think that's where we've got to go. Swing around the edges. There's some parkour moves here that are straight out of an Assassin's Creed game. Let's see. Now we keep going in circles, and I think that's what we should do. I'm hoping I'm not missing things. I could be. Honestly, if I wasn't trying to be a video game critic here, I would just turn on a podcast and start grinding through this. Or if this was Hearthstone, a game I've been playing for like 5 years straight and have lost a lot of passion for, I would play off screen and just say, alright, let's skip this. But it's important when actually criticizing a game, particularly not a game like Hearthstone that goes on forever, to show just how much time is actually going to be spent here. And as fast as I can possibly move, there still clearly is a major issue. Just come back over here. Make sure I'm run back over here. Run back over here. Run back over here. $39.40. Got it in time. There's the drill thrill complete. Place this flag. Seems like there's gonna be 5 or 6 things done. Maybe it's conquering all the districts that unlocks Liberty Island. Oh, by the way, that might be the other thing. Here's a helipad, so we can fly out of here to Liberty Island if necessary. We're slowly getting more and more bricks. So there's a freestyle race here. There's an alien here. There's a plant there. Is there much of anything else? So that's just a character token sitting apparently just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Right. So this side of the island seems like we mostly cleaned up everything on that half. So we'll just be running around this half. Let's see what this does. Where is he? He's that way. I was gonna try and swap to Chase so he could shoot him with the grappling gun, but apparently that was unnecessary. And we've unlocked another person. That they really are putting the tokens in a place far away. I think intentionally. It kind of makes sense. That way you have to go and be in an area where some other stuff is. The worst. This is the absolute worst thing. It's the hot coffee break. not getting a lot of variety of people.
They wouldn't.
Still, I think if you look here, you don't have a ton of people on the street, but you could also eliminate about half of them and it still would feel fine. Particularly when it's the same scientists' outfits, maybe they have a different shirt, or the same astronauts over and over again. Let's see if we can find this farmer challenge. It's... where is this? Inside the building? I'm a little surprised I missed that. Come on, grow. This is pretty much exactly how it's gonna go for the rest of the gameplay. It's just gonna be, can you get this next section done or not? Over and over again. Let's see where we are in the map. If we hit Y now, the police thing, I think we may have to helicopter ourselves to that point. And we've gotten all the super bricks. All we have is 2 vehicle races, the free run race, the things that need to be collected, of which there are 2, and that might be a little awkward in itself. Does this let me up? Nope. Fine. We'll do it the other way. See, I know that there's like a collectible way over there, but I may just be too far away from it, or I might guess we need to check that before we do anything else. Can we scan collectibles? Also gonna have to find the vehicle races. If we get close enough that we can see it and we still can't scan it, then we're in a bad position. Okay, we can scan them. Good. Because that was going to be a nightmare if all of a sudden we unlocked things and we didn't know where they were. Of course, there was something else that unlocked. I know there was. And I know it's kind of in this general area, but that's about as much as I know.
That's it, I'm done.
Or is it? Maybe it's at the docks. I think it might be at the docks. Ooh, this potentially opens up room for a nightmare scenario, though. If we have like one character token that we unlocked and it's hidden somewhere where we don't know where it is, there would be a lot of just running around in circles then. Speaking of running around in circles, that's what this is all gonna be about. Let's do this. So, in case anybody wonders, yeah, we're just gonna do all of this And we should be perfectly suited to have plenty of time if we can find a shortcut here and there. That would be useful too. How many of these do we have? 5 of 7. Where do you want me to go? Is this it? I got 17 seconds. I got 20 seconds. Come on, game. Alright, we're gonna risk it and just hope that this is the right direction. Did we make it? Yes, we did. So we got Oscar Steele. Of course, here's the problem now. When I did that, it showed me that where I need to go is back up here. So for the 3rd time now, and this is very typical of an experience, this is what most people would do, is at least 3 times through this whole loop. And without the music playing, all you hear is your feet shuffling. And it definitely feels a little less heroic. Instead, it feels like, oh yeah, this is something you can do. Right. Just double check this. I guess that maybe was just in case I needed to reset. But I don't need to reset, so I don't know why it's there. Alright. We're gonna go a little late just to get an entire area and island done. I think I've done all the achievements to listen to everything.
Another donut, Carl? I thought you were on a
But we'll
diet.
listen
No
anyways.
need. I checked last week and I weigh 0.0 grams.
Carl, did you weigh yourself in space again?
Oh, breadsticks. I knew it was too good to be true.
I wonder if there are aliens out there. I'll check.
Nah, it's all clear.
Thanks. I owe them money.
Well, Mr. Jenkins, I'm very impressed. Your test scores are off the chart. Your references are impeccable, and you passed the physical with flying colors. Overall, I think you'll make an excellent astronaut. Do you have any questions for us?
Just one. I'm scared of heights. Will that be a problem?
So, yeah,
Wow.
somewhat funny,
This
but
sure
not
is a long
funny
way to come
enough.
just to plan what we're gonna do, Marv.
Yeah, because I don't want to get busted like all the other gangs did.
Right. Well, seeing as we're on Apollo Island anyhow, why don't we try and steal a spaceship?
I like it. I've always said that what this gang lacks is ridiculously over-the-top thinking. Let's go.
A spaceship? The last thing we need is criminals in space.
Alright. We have 30 seconds to get to where we need to go. Where do I need to go? It didn't really make full sense where it was showing me. It's over there. Alright. So 12 seconds, 10, 9, I don't think I'm gonna make it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Barely.
Let's find us a flying saucer.
Barely made that in time.
The space police! Get him!
This ain't fair.
You wanna fight them? If you don't mind, I have somewhere else I gotta be.
And get the last one. Seriously?
Wonder how big it is.
So you can't use a grapple gun on that.
How did they?
Gang 4 of 16. You could have taken 4 major mafioso style gangs and probably broken it down into 4 sub gangs, and that would have made sense. Let's see, there's 2 more character things in this island. There's 2 more gold bricks, and those are from the racing, so we need to find the vehicle races and pull those off. So where would the vehicle be? I know that there's one down this general direction. I think there might be one over there somewhere. And maybe there's a boat race that I have to do. Yeah, I'm fairly certain this is one of the car races. Nope. It's a car race here. And then see what else we can see. I guess the hope is that this will be the first car race we even try to do. Drive through a series of checkpoints and beat the ticking clock. Alright. Now I don't think that the driving in this game has been terrible, but it hasn't been great, to say the least. We'll be collecting the studs. I'm feathering the accelerator till I can get a general idea of where I'm supposed to go. This might be one of those games and scenarios where we end up having to drive quite a bit. I don't feel like that would have been open before, so I don't know how that would have broken down. Barely made that in time. Alright, so we're gonna have to try that again. Oh wait, I forgot. These all have boost. So
Come on!
we can boost our way as soon as we figure out where we're going. Yeah, these races are going to be way easier, assuming there's not a blocked off shortcut, as it seems like that potentially could have been a blocked off shortcut section. It drove me right around the loop-de-loop. I haven't been having too much micro-hitching. Oh, seriously?
This isn't a boat.
Oh, seriously? Ridiculous. Why didn't it just reset me? I had plenty of time. So we know what we're doing. We're just going to be forced to do it a second time. Get as much boost as possible in the straightaways. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how you'd be able to do this without the cheats. It's way too tight, and the controls of the driving mechanics are not good enough to justify such tight requirements. This is another example of something that couldn't have been in the main game just because too many little kids would have struggled with it. You're gonna have to just really slow down here. Well, that's one time trial complete. We've unlocked that. This is all swampland. So I'm suspecting that this is a time trial? Nope. So we've got a bit of an issue still. I'm fairly certain that there is a person token. Yeah, there's 2 person tokens that we have not found and gotten in this area. Let's see. Oh, I guess the other time trial is over there. Alright. And there's like 1 gold brick, which I assume we get the gold brick from that point from doing the other time trial. I feel like we're in that exact scenario though. We're in that nightmare scenario where there is, I think, a 1 or 2 people character tokens, and I'm just gonna have to like, zoom in as much as possible. Could be that there's one either above or below this. But I kind of don't believe that either. If there was something here, should be able to see it. This is so slow. Guess if I zoom out, it'll be a bit faster. Okay, well, I guess that we've set ourselves up where we're going to have to run around the entire island at some point in the future looking for a character token. Or there it is. Okay. Thank goodness for that. Radio DJ. Alright, but I'm still in a weird position because there's one more character token somewhere around there here, and I have no clue where that would be. And maybe it would just unlock later in the game. So, yeah. And we're 16 minutes over. Let's rush as quickly as possible towards this other race and see if we can get this other race done. I don't want to end this recording. I'm stretching it out so that we can see what at least having everything except for the character tokens would be, if that does something special. Like, we kind of know that there have been areas already that have been completely cleared out, like the tunnel areas and the bridge areas, and they haven't done anything special, so I don't know why this island in particular would trigger anything. I suppose it is possible that there's a character token somewhere on the outskirts of the island in the water. That's where we want to go. I wish you could just automatically start a race from that point instead of just highlighting something. There's nothing else around here. Let's see how this goes. Again, we have infinite boost, or we should. So, on the water, racing into something shouldn't be too hard. Nope, we don't have infinite boosts on boats. And that makes me suspicious that we would never have that. I guess the idea here would be to keep an eye out and see if we get any jumps or anything that would potentially send us around any kind of collectible area. Looks like we do have the Super Smash ability though, so at least we have that. We have 30 seconds, so I think we're fairly safe. No. If we go in reverse, maybe we'll take enough damage and then it will let us retry the challenge. Although, why does it need to make me retry the challenge when it could just have reset me and I still would have had time, plenty of time. So you want to hit these ramps fairly straight on. I assume you don't want to go too far over the line. I'm building up so much time here that my only fear would be if I had to do a very long run without any checkpoints. Alright, let's line this up a little bit better this time. That actually had us skip the seaweeds part. There we go. So that unlocks another vehicle. That unlocks another gold brick. And that unlocked several things. Meanwhile, if I'm in a boat, I can't scan. So the idea of a character stud being around the edge kind of falls apart at that point. It might be true, but seems unlikely. And then as we go around the entirety of this island, you see that the cliffs are completely sheer drop-offs on this other section. I don't see any real indication that I could jump out of the boat here and we could try and scan. I don't know what he's got in his hand. Is that his scanner? Did I bring out the scanner while I was in the boat and now it's in his hand? I believe that's exactly what happened. Little micro lag. And the water is so reflective that the idea of it being on the water is unrealistic. I'll look over here just in case. So my guesstimation has to be that there is something that would cause some other character token to unlock in this area that just has not happened yet. Or there is a character token in some area I have just not been to. And I have no idea where that would be. Because it looks like to me that we've done a fairly thorough job searching the island. Alright, well, that leaves us with 10 out of 11 of the minifigs done. 23 out of the 23 gold bricks, the 1 red brick, the 6 vehicles. Apollo Island, for the most part, is complete. And we managed to do that on top of finishing the last 2 levels. So our next big deal will be to get to this area and get the final red brick, and then we will probably fast travel here to get there, and then at some point we'll try and see if we can get to Lady Liberty Island. Overall, we're at over 7 billion studs, 500,000 bricks, which I don't think we're going to need that many bricks. 38 of 39 red bricks, 129 of 305 characters, 56 of 120 vehicles, which is a kind of large jump in vehicles because we did 2 vehicle races and several other things. And we have 189 out of 450 gold bricks, and that's kind of a large jump too. We have done all of the levels and gotten everything out of them, and we're at 54%. As soon as we start purchasing things, I think we could easily jump another 10% up right now, and once we do all of the other areas, we'll be in a much better position, I think, to, well, once we do all of the areas, we'll have everything at that point, and we'll be at 100% as soon as we purchase everything. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.